Hello everyone. In this presentation, we are going to see how you can accelerate your business initiatives by modernizing your data pipelines. Now let's start with what businesses are looking for today. Businesses as well as business leaders are trying to have a holistic view of the entire business so that it could help them understand what's going on within their business. The better the sense they have, the better decisions they will be able to take. These decisions should also be driven by the market or what's best for the stakeholders of the business, especially the customers. With limited resources, you also need to diligently choose the areas where you would need to invest. And typically, you may want to invest in areas that could give you the best returns. Next, you have to take care of optimizing the spend on resources, including manpower. And last but not the least, whatever decisions you make or take, you should always have some predictability and you should employ some logical techniques to make sure you have little or no scope for errors. Now, the expectation is very important, but at the same time, this has to be powered by some technology that is available today. Like in order to get a holistic view of holistic view of the entire business, our technology should enable us to integrate with multiple systems within the organization. Similarly, in order to take customer focused decisions, we need to really have the technology that could connect us to a large set of disparate systems, especially the systems which have customers demographic, behavioral or engagement data like your ERP systems or CRM systems that you may have. When you have to invest in areas where you are expecting a very high ROI, the timing also plays a crucial role. What is relevant today may not be that important tomorrow. You really need to have fast access to the data so that as soon as you have the data, you can process the data and see which areas are the best where you should actually put your attention to. When we talk about optimizing resources, you have to produce the best results with whatever access of manpower that you may have. So you can't be having new set of people every time you want to develop something different. You really have to reuse and reutilize your existing resources, the softwares and the tools that you may buy, and we need to have a proper connection, or we need to have a proper software or systems in place which will enable us to achieve our goals. The software should really help in making deliveries fast instead of spending time in learning the tools themselves. Then in order to have intelligence to support our initiatives, as a business, you cannot always be making mathematical choices. You should be able to utilize modern techniques like use of machine learning and AI to help with your decisions. This is what we expect from the technology that we are evaluating. But now, having said that, this isn't a very easy task to achieve. There are a lot of challenges. For example, data silos, wherein data is spread across various internal units within an organization. And these units may be using different set of tools and technologies to manage their data. And this leads to different sources and formats, data in structured and unstructured forms. And in most of the cases, you will not find the data in a shape and form where you could readily consume it. Then because there are no centralized controls, the data could additionally have errors and inconsistencies which needs to be ironed out before doing any sort of analytics. Then you may also depend on certain individuals to make the data available to you, and every time you make a request, this introduces an additional time and a cycle to really get the data and fetch it into a system before it is further processed. And often, to do all of this, you don't have the right set of people or resources who could help you gather all this information together, stitch the data processing workflow, and turn the data into intelligence, and which will eventually help you in your decision making. So that's where the concept of data pipelines is very crucial. So, what's a data pipeline? The very simple definition of data pipelining is the process of extracting the data from one or more sources, applying transformation. Again, this could be in one or more steps as required, and then loading the data into a suitable data store of your choice. The set of transformation steps ensure that the data is of optimum quality before it is loaded into the data store and is used for decision making. Once you adopt a modern data pipeline in platform or the data pipelining infrastructure, then you could really be empowered, and as business owner and as business decision maker, you could really take the decisions in a well informed manner. You can automate the entire process of data collection to applying business specific transformation and loading the data. This could be definitely a one time effort, but once the process is automated, there is absolutely no human intervention. This automation will also enable you to have data in a very timely manner. You don't need high end resources to get this accomplished. With right set of tools, you could really have this achieved very easily, and the development cycle also becomes very short. You could churn out and you could churn out your use cases very fast, and you could be catering to multiple business initiatives together with a very small team, and things could really turn out very fast when you do all this stuff. So we need to focus on a mature platform, so that whatever use cases you build, they get built with minimum errors and bugs, and finally you are able to deliver very high quality data processing flows. Also, development is just one part, and I would say it is just a one time activity from a long term maintenance perspective, because of a no code, low code principle of modern data pipelining platforms. It can actually take away a lot of maintenance nightmares that you would otherwise have. So overall, whatever cost you incur on procuring the tool, it is easily recovered based on the number of different advantages that you may get from a modern data pipelining platform. Now, in order to reap these benefits, let's see what are some of the key features expected from a modern data pipelining platform, which would really help you in accelerating your business initiatives. First and foremost, you should have things delivered very fast, and you do not have to do a lot of coding in the platform, and there should be a lot of out of the box components that are readily available for you to use. It should also include connectors to multiple sources and targets. The platform should be easy to extend. So if for a particular source or a target, you don't have an out of the box connector readily available, you should be able to either build it yourself, or it should be very easily be developed by the team which is responsible for building a source or a target. You should have the ability to process both batch and streaming data so that the platform can be used enterprise wide for multiple use cases. Nowadays, you also see a lot of organizations which are inclined to taking their data on cloud, and they don't want to maintain the infrastructure on their own. So the platform should be able to support deployment as well as execution on both on-premise environments as well as cloud. This is specifically useful to an organization which is still in their journey of moving use cases from on-premise to cloud environments. You should also expect the platform to use a proven technology stack, which is there in the market for some time and has been used by other enterprises to do similar stuff. Another important factor of having the right data pipelining platform is it should have the ability to push data into a data warehouse. And this warehouse should be of your choice. So there are a lot of different warehousing technologies that are available out there, specifically on the cloud. You have native warehouses plus some of the proprietary ones which are widely used. So as a platform, the tool should be really able to push data into different warehousing technologies. The next important aspect would be whatever data pipelines you design, once they are on production, you should be able to monitor and see how your data is getting processed. This way, you are able to make sure that your data is getting processed completely as well as optimally. Finally, for the next generation pipeline platform, it is also desirable to have some machine learning and AI capabilities so that any enhancements of quality or if you are addressing enrichment issues, you should be able to address them using AI and ML using some in a sophisticated manner instead of directly replacing value in some dumb fashion. Now, let me take a few minutes to introduce you to Gather, one of the leading ETL and data pipeline platform utilized by multiple Fortune 100 enterprises today. It is a self-service ETL and analytics platform that supports full life cycle of data from connecting to a large number of sources, transforming the data using built-in operators, which includes out-of-the-box ones plus custom operators as well, and getting the data into a storage system like a warehouse or a data lake, which could be then available on-prem as well as various cloud vendors. And this platform can be used for processing both batch and streaming data for a wide range of use cases from all sorts of domains like airlines, telecom, fintech, and many more. Now, let me quickly show you the interface as well. So we have primarily two ways of interacting with the system. One is this wizard based approach, which we call as applications, which is a very simplified way of interacting with the systems. A system, for example, you'll see that this wizard is categorized into four steps. The first step is where you configure the source and then just provide the information. In this case, we have chosen file upload as our source. uh, then the next step is applying the transformation. So whatever data source you have provided, it automatically detects the schema as well as shows you some sample values within the schema. In the transformation step, you could apply all sorts of different operators. I'll just skip it for now. And finally, selecting a target. In this case, it is S3, as you could see, then providing information that is needed to output the data. For example, in which format you want to store the data, the delimiters, and what are the output fields that you may require. And finally, configuring the system by providing certain details like the application name, description, tags, etc. So this is one simple way of interacting with the system. And the another way is for a little advanced users. Again, the interface still remains the system, still remains easy, but here you get more fine-grained control where now you can drag, drop, and create these flows. So in the previous interface, you had a wizard to guide you. Here it is pretty much free flow. Here on the right hand side, you will see that you have all the data sources, the different operators that you may want to apply on the data, any analytical components or machine learning algorithms that you may want to use within your ETL pipelines, you could use them. And finally, there are all sorts of different storage systems which are available. So you can drag, drop, and create these kind of pipelines. And at each step, you could actually see how your data is actually getting transformed. So you could, while you are designing system, you could start with the sample file or sample schema, create this entire flow. In the design time, you will see how your data is behaving. And finally, when you save the system, you could actually put in various details like the name and what sort of cluster you may want to run this pipeline to. The platform has multiple other features as well that will help you take full control of your organization's data. If this is something that you may be interested in, feel free to get in touch with us through our website or support email. Thank you.